What is going on, everybody? Been a diehard Pistons fan since '03 and eager to see this team getting back to play winning basketball. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Detroit Pistons NBA Cup, formerly known as the in-season tournament schedule that was just released today. This is the first time seeing any regular season games on the schedule for the Pistons, so definitely a lot to unpack here. Myself personally wasn't the biggest fan of the in-season tournament when it was scheduled, kind of one of those if it's not broke, don't fix it type of things. I did warm up to it a little bit, but the old school boomer traditionalist in me still isn't the biggest fan of this. Did turn 28 today, so I am getting up there in age. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But either way, we are going to talk about this here quickly. The Pistons were actually put into their group last month in July. During the Summer League, they did have a little party where they unveiled the groups. If you guys don't know, the way that kind of works is they weight the teams based on previous year record and then draw them randomly. So hypothetically, they try and get these groups as evenly matched up as possible. Landing in the Pistons groups were the Milwaukee Bucks, Indiana Pacers, Miami Heat, Toronto Raptors, and of course the Detroit Pistons. We are a part of East Group B. So the first game we have is against the Miami Heat. That will be on NBA League Pass. I just realized now, actually looking at this, none of these games are nationally televised, which isn't exactly shocking. I thought maybe the Pacers or possibly the Bucks game would get put on national TV because I do know that they want to make these games as important as possible, kind of in a league initiative there. But either way, there will be a lot of other NBA in-season tournament games going on at this time. So I guess it does make sense. Sorry, just kind of reacting to that in real time that all of these are not on national TV. So the first game there is going to be against the Miami Heat. Of course, the Miami Heat is a pretty good team, but definitely not like the toughest regular season team in the world. Of course, the Miami Heat, known for their ability to get into the playoffs as a low seed and still make a run. That's kind of the story of their franchise over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Jimmy Butler still there. Bam Adebayo still there. Terry Rozier should be a pretty good game. And then we look at the Toronto Raptors game. That's going to be the most winnable and definitely the biggest must-win game if we want to do anything in this in-season tournament. Then we got the Indiana Pacers, who of course were in the finals of the in-season tournament last year and also in the semifinals for the actual playoffs. And then the Milwaukee Bucks, Dame and Giannis. What more can you say? So if the Pistons do want to do anything in the NBA Cup and make some noise, to advance on to the knockout stage, you do have to be either the top of your group or one wild card from your conference. The wild card is based on win-loss and then point differential. I'm sure you guys remember last year where teams really hadn't quite understood that yet and it caused some commotion. So if we do want to advance and make it to the knockout stage, let's just be honest, we're going to have to win pretty much all of these games. Do I think the Detroit Pistons can beat the Raptors on a regular season game? Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. Matter of fact, I think we might be better than the Raptors this year. Do I think that the Pistons could beat the Miami Heat? Maybe. Do I think the Pistons could beat the Pacers? Maybe. The Bucks? Maybe. Do I think that they could beat all three of them over the course of 2 weeks? Probably not, if I'm being honest. I just don't think that's realistic. But either way, I do think that it's important that they do take these games seriously. I think that these might be some of the most competitive games that the Pistons have on their schedule this year. Of course, there's definitely a small puncher's chance that we make the play in and push to the playoffs, but that's far from guaranteed. 99% of our roster, well, I guess maybe not 99% anymore, closer to like 70% of our roster at this stage has yet to play meaningful playoff basketball. So if they do want to get a little bit of that competitive atmosphere where things seem to be a little bit more special with the cool courts and special jerseys, all that type of stuff, this is the time to do it. I think that granted, these are not on national TV games. I think that these are games that teams do get up for, especially teams like the Pacers that have shown interest in doing well in the in-season tournament last year. I think a lot of these teams will be bringing their A game. So it's a good opportunity to get some halfway competitive games that have a little bit more, I guess, importance to them compared to any other regular season game. I guess under their belt is a good thing. So, just looking at the schedule, I don't have any high hopes or anything like that. I really don't feel one way or the other about this, to be honest with you. I'm always as honest as I can be on this channel. The in season tournament is something that is not a thing that I'm a huge fan of. You know, when it was first announced, I was like, whatever. Definitely not like against it, but I'm also not for it or any more excited for it than your average regular season games. I guess when we actually saw like the Pacers versus Lakers in the finals last year, Zion in the semifinals, I was like, okay, maybe I'm a little bit more open to this than I thought, but not something I'm crazy about. It is what it is. Thought I'd make a video sharing the schedule, breaking things down in the highest, 100-yard view as possible. But we'll know more about this when we get closer on how the teams are looking through the first couple weeks of the season, how the Pistons are looking, most importantly, through the first couple games of the season. And when they do come out and announce a full schedule with the 82-game schedule, we will make a video talking about that, where I think things will be a lot more interesting because we'll be able to look at what our early season schedule looks like, what our closing schedule looks like, where the long road trips are, how many back-to-backs we have. Do we have any, front-loaded schedule, back-loaded schedule, any hard stretches, any easy stretches? So when they actually do release that 82-game schedule, which will be this week, I believe, we will make a much more in-depth video talking through this. Nevertheless, did want to talk about this in-season cup. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me what you think about the tournament. Tell me what you think the likelihood of how many games we win are. Just give me your overall thoughts below. We'll catch up soon.